Alright, we're back with another lick of the week, and this is for September 1st, Labor Day week. So, hope everybody's having a great Labor Day. I'm going to continue with the D Melodic series that we've been working on for the past few videos, but I'm going to go now into the 4-note melodic. And remember, we had the basic single note or 8-note scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then we have the 2-note variety where we skip around in the scale notes like 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, so on, so on. And the highest note we had pretty much was an A note. I think there was one exception where I went outside the box for one of the tunes I used for the example, but for the basic scale, I'm going to stay with this A note on the first string at 7. Again, being the highest note we'll work with. Alright, now the third type of scale is a 4-note variety, and that's where you're going to play 4 notes in the same amount of space you would play 1 note, which means you're going to have to play these at 32nd note speed, which is pretty challenging for most players, especially people who are new to melodic style. So the first scale is 8 notes. You know, you play 1 note with every click of the metronome, basically, down, up. And then you play 2 notes per click in the 2-note variety. Now you're going to have to play 4 notes. So you notice that the number of scale notes you play doubles each time. So a little more challenging. But let me break it down. The basic pattern for a 4-note scale going up or down is this. You're going to play the first, second, and third note of the scale, and then back to the first note. Then you'll go to the second note in the scale, like the mode playing approach, and you'll start on the second note, play up 2, 3, 4, and then come back to 2, and then play the third note, 3, 4, 5, 3. So you notice that you're playing 4 notes, but each time you complete 3 notes, the 4th note that you play in this type of scale is the one you started with. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, blah, 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 all the way up as far as you want to go. So again, I'm going to try to go no higher than this note, the A note on the first string at 7. So let me play the note patterns. I'll call out the notes D, E, F sharp, D. That's the first 4. And you notice we're playing kind of in a single string style because there's no way to actually find the notes in this octave range without playing single string. So some people refer this to muscling through a scale. There's a term that I've heard other players use called a point of departure. That's where you pick a spot in the pattern that you're playing to go to melodic style. Right now we're actually playing single string style for the beginning of this scale because that's the only way we can do it and stay in this low octave. So we got D, E, F sharp, D, then E, F sharp, G, E, shift, F sharp, G, A, F sharp. Now here's where you have a jumping off point. The next note is a G, so I can play the open third, but I'm going to choose to follow the scale pathway that we've already learned. We know there's an A note right here, 4th string, 7th fret, so I can play the open third, G, here's my A, open B, G, open. So let me play these fragments in 4 notes. And this time, instead of calling out the scale notes, I'll call out the string order. Open, 2, 4, open, 2, 4, open third, 2nd fret of 4th, 4th fret of 4th, open third, 2nd fret of 3rd, 4th fret of 4th. Now here's my point of departure, or the shift point, where I change to melodic style. Open third, 4th string, 7th fret, open 2nd, open 3rd. Alright, now, starting with 4th string, 7th fret, next 4 notes here are going to be 4th string, 7th fret, open B, 3rd string at the 6th fret, there's that C sharp note, back to the 4th. since you're already holding this note, the C sharp note, keep it down. 3rd string, 6th fret, open 1st, 2nd string, open, 3rd string, 6th fret. So it's open B, 3rd string, 6th fret, open 2nd, open B. So let me start at the beginning again. O, 2, 4, O, 2, 4, open 3rd, 4th of 4. Shift the melodic, open 3rd, 4, 2, 3, 4, open 2nd, 3rd string, 6, 4 at 7. Now we shift over to the B string, B, C sharp, D, B. Alright, here's the last series. 3rd string at 6, open 2nd, open 1st. 2nd string at 5, 3rd at 6, open D. Now we could stop there and let that be the 4 notes D scale, because we've begun with a D and we've ended with a D. But since I said the highest note was an A, let's continue on with another pathway so we can get to this high A note. Alright, we played the open D last, so let's let that be the first note of this pattern. Open D. Here's that E and F sharp note again. Alright, now I'm going to do something a little different. Instead of using the open D again, I'm going to find that D note over here on the 3rd string with my pinky at 7. Why am I doing that? Because I have a little more control over the scale, and I don't have this open note. I can control the tone a little better. So I'm going to start with the open first, play 2nd, 1st again, and then here's my open 1st equivalent. 3rd string, 7th fret is a D note. So let me play that. So now I'm at the point where I have to shift again. Next pattern is 2, 1, 5, right? G note, 2, 1, 5, 2, and then 2, 2, 1, 5, 1. So that's as high as I can go because I've made up my mind I'm going to stop with this A. So let me run that entire scale pattern from open D to this A, and you'll have the entire 4-note scale with this one pathway. Now if I wanted to keep going, I could, but then I'd have to shift, and we're going to save this up the next step for later. So this is going to take a little more practice on your part, especially work with a metronome to make sure that the timing of these notes is consistent, because like I said, it's a lot harder to play 4 notes in the same amount of spaces as there is the single note. So you have to work a little harder, but set your metronome at a slow enough speed where you can get a slow, steady count, and you can get the dynamics of the notes and a good tone happening. And you'll have a 4-note scale started right here in the middle part of the neck. And the next video, we're going to try to break this down and use it in the context of a song, and maybe break it up and to make some cool licks out of 4-note scales. So have some fun with this one. We'll see you next time. Thanks.